Good morning, students. Good morning, all of you. This is your history period. And yesterday we had learned our lesson number 1, and that is sources of history. Now we are going to discuss the exercise that I had given yesterday and question answers. Okay, related to this lesson given in your textbook. Now, I had given the question. Complete the following diagram. Complete the following diagram. And the answer is number 1, types of food. Complete the following diagram. The answer is number 1, types of food. Answer is hill food, sea food, forest food, and land food. Your answer is hill food, sea food, forest food, and land food. Okay. Number 2, travelogues written by. Travelogue written by, and the answer is Al-Biruni, and Ibn Battuta and Nicola Manucci. Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta, and Nicola Manucci. Number 3, important factors of history. Important factors of history, and the answer is individual, society, place, time. Individual, society, place, time. Okay. Now, write why in your own words. Write why in your own words. Question number 6. Question number 6 in your book. Write why in your own words. A stone inscription is considered to be an authentic source of history. Stone inscription को authentic source of history क्यों माना जाता है? Authentic means reliable, जिस पे ऊपर हम विश्वास कर सकते हैं, ऐसे क्यों माना जाता है? Okay. Now you come to page number 2. You will get the answer on page number 2. Page number 2, second paragraph. An inscription is a carving on a stone or a wall, etc. For example, the inscription found in the Brihadeshwar temple premises in Tanjavur. Many inscriptions of the period of Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, Chola, and Yadav kings have been found. An inscription is considered to be a very important and reliable source of history. It helps us to understand features like the language, script, social life of a period. Okay? यहाँ तक आपको लिखना है. You have to write up to this line. Means you have to write in a point format. Okay? You have to write in a point format. आपको कौन से format में लिखना है? Point format में. 1, 2, 3, 4. अगर नंबर नहीं डाला तो भी चलेगा, but you have to write in point format. Okay? See once again, page number 2. I'm going to tell you the answer of question number 6. Write why in your own words. Write why in your own words. उसका पहला जो है, first question, a stone inscription is considered to be an authentic source of history. You will get the answer on page number 2. Page number 2, in second paragraph, an inscription is a carving on a stone or a wall. No, this is your first point. For example, the inscription found in the Brihadeshwar temple premises in Tanjavur. This is your second point. Okay. Then many inscriptions of the period of Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, Chola, and Yadav kings have been found. Third point. Then an inscription helps. ये जो है ना, ये 4 point लिखना. An inscription is considered to be a very important and reliable source of history. Skip कर देना. Skip this sentence. Directly go through. It helps us to understand features like the language, script, social life of a period. Okay, यहाँ तक लिखना है. Is it clear? Okay. Now, next question. Oral sources reveal various aspects of people's lives. Oral sources reveal means show. What do you mean by reveal? Reveal means show. Okay. Oral sources reveal various aspects. Aspect means a part or feature of something. A part or feature of something means pehlu jise kehte hain. Okay, of people life. See answer given in page number 3. Answer is given in page number 3. Go to oral sources. Oral sources. We understand various aspects of folk life through folk literature, traditionally passed on from one generation to another generation. Some examples are Ovid's folk songs, poetas, folk tales, legends, and myths. Such type of sources are called oral sources of history. It narrates उसमें add one more line in it. It narrates their life, beliefs and economic condition. It narrates, add one more line. It narrates their life, beliefs and economic condition. Okay, note down this sentence. In oral sources, here our question answer is over, but one more question is remaining, and that is it necessary to evaluate sources of history? Give your opinion. Is it question number 5? See question number 5. Question number 5. Is it necessary to evaluate the sources of history? Evaluate means मूल्यमापन करना. What do you mean by evaluate? Evaluate means evaluation. Evaluation means to study the facts and then form an opinion about something. What do you mean by evaluation? Evaluation means to study the facts and then form an opinion about something. Okay, is it necessary to evaluate sources of history? Give your opinion. See the answer given in the books, page number 4. We have to examine the authenticity and see which are genuine and which are fake. Their quality can be determined with the help of internal standards. We also have to study the integrity of writers, their personal interest, the period in which they live, and the political pressure on them. यानी जिस ऑथर ने वो हिस्ट्री लिखी है उससे यानी उसका माइंडसेट किस तरह से था, उसके पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट क्या है, एंड द पीरियड इन विच दे लिव, और वो कौन से पीरियड में रहता था वो, यानी जो ऑथर और राइटर है या हिस्टोरिकल राइटर जो है वो जिस पीरियड में वो घटना घटे उसी समय वो प्रेजेंट था, या कहीं सुनी बातों पे उसमें लिखा हुआ है, या फेक लिखा हुआ है, गलत लिखा हुआ है, या वो हिस्ट्री उस बात की हिस्ट्री लिखने में उसे कुछ इंटरेस्ट था या नहीं था, या फिर कोई पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर के नीचे आकर उसने वो हिस्ट्री कोई घटना या पर्सनालिटी उस तरह से लिखी हुई है. सारे बातें सोच के फिर उस ये सारी बातों में क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन करके हमें लिखना है. In which they live under political pressure on them. It is also important to see whether they rely on hearsay or give on eyewitness account. We need to consider the exaggerations. Exaggerations means बड़ा चढ़ा के बताना. Exaggerations, metaphors and other literary devices they use. यानी इन सारे ये literary devices यानी कोई अलंकारिक भाषा में उन्होंने लिखा है क्या, ये literary devices उन्होंने use किए गए क्या. देयर बात छोटी सी और उसको बहुत बड़ा चढ़ा कर लिखना, ये भी गलत है ना. हिस्ट्री मींस एज इट इज लिखना चाहिए. Their information has to be verified with the help of other contemporary sources. The information may be one-sided, contradictory, or exaggerated. It has to be seen in a proper perspective. Today, I will send all the answers in your group. Okay? Today, I will send all the answers in your group. All the answers means what? Question number 3A. Question number 3A. Complete the following diagram. Study answer. Today I will send in your group. Then explain the following concept. Question number 4. Question number 5. We just discussed. Is it necessary to evaluate sources of history? Then question answer. Question number 6. Write why in your own words. Write why in your words. ये जो क्वेश्चन है मींस 3A. Then question number 4, question number 5, and question number 6. I will send the answer today. Okay, in your group, and you note down in your all the answers in your copy. Okay, fine. Now, here our first lesson is over. Here our first lesson is over. Now, let us go to lesson number 2. Lesson number 2, India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. Let us learn lesson number 2, India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. ओके, लेट अस लर्न इंडिया बिफोर द टाइम्स ऑफ शिवाजी महाराज, यानी शिवाजी महाराज के जन्म के पूर्व इंडिया यानी भारत की स्थिति कैसी थी. We shall learn about the various ruling powers in India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj. In this lesson, various ruling powers existed in India during that period. यानी शिवाजी महाराज के जन्म के पूर्व कौन से पावर्स रूलिंग पावर्स थे, रूलर्स थे जो रूलर्स होके गए, उसके बारे में हमें पढ़ना है. ओके, वेरियस रूलिंग पावर्स एक्जिस्टेड इन इंडिया ड्यूरिंग दैट पीरियड. Pal in the 8th century was a famous dynasty in Bengal. Bengal की famous dynasty, which is the famous dynasty in Bengal, Pal. Okay, P-A-L. In central India, the Gurjar Pratihar power spread up to Andhra, Kalinga, Vidarbha, West Kathewal, Kannauj and Gujarat. से इन सेंट्रल इंडिया में किसकी सत्ता थी? इन सेंट्रल इंडिया द गुर्जर प्रतिहार पावर मीन्स वो सत्ता पे थे, रूलर्स. स्प्रेड अप टू आंध्र, कलिंगा, विदर्भ, वेस्ट काठियावाड़, कन्नौज एंड गुजरात. अमंग द राजपूत डायनेस्टी. डायनेस्टी मीन्स राजवंश. डायनेस्टी मीन्स राजवंश. डायनेस्टी मीन्स रिलेटिंग टू अ लाइन ऑफ हेरिडिटरी रूलर्स ऑफ अ कंट्री. ओके, इन नॉर्थ इंडिया, among the Rajput dynasties in North India, the Garhwal and the Parmar dynasty were the important ones. Okay, among Rajputs, Prithviraj Chauhan, belonging to the Chauhan dynasty, was a valiant king. Valiant means brave. Prithviraj Chauhan related to which dynasty? Belonging to Chauhan dynasty. Okay, and he was a very brave king. In the first war at Tarai, Prithviraj Chauhan had defeated Muhammad Ghori. तराई में जो बैटल हुआ, वार मीन्स बैटल, ही डिफीटेड मीन्स पृथ्वीराज चौहान डिफीटेड यानी पराजित करना, पराभव करना, हु मोहम्मद घोरी. बट मोहम्मद घोरी डिफीटेड पृथ्वीराज चौहान इन द सेकंड वार एट तराई. लेकिन तराई में जो सेकंड बैटल हुआ, सेकंड वार हुआ, उसमें मोहम्मद घोरी ने किसे हराया? पृथ्वीराज चौहान को. देन Rajaraj first and Rajendra first, belonging to the Chola dynasty in Tamil Nadu, were eminent rulers. Eminent means famous. Eminent means famous. Who was the famous ruler of Chola dynasty in Tamil Nadu? Rajaraj first and Rajendra first. Okay. The Cholas conquered the Maldives Islands and Sri Lanka using their naval strength. नौदल की जो ताकत होती है ना, पावर, strength means power. Once again, see the Chola conquered the Maldives Island. चोला राजा ने क्या किया? चोला डायनेस्टी ने चोला जो राजे थे, उन्होंने क्या किया? कॉन्कर्ड यानी विजय हासिल किया. किस पर? मालदीव आइलैंड पे एंड श्रीलंका, एंड यूजिंग देयर नेवल स्ट्रेंथ. किंग विष्णुवर्धन belonging to the Hoysala dynasty in Karnataka had conquered the whole of Karnataka. ये जो था किंग विष्णुवर्धन जो कौन से डायनेस्टी से बिलोंगिंग करता था? होयसल डायनेस्टी. ओके, वो कहां पर थी? कर्नाटका में. हैड कॉन्कर्ड द होल ऑफ कर्नाटका. इसने पूरे कर्नाटक के ऊपर राज्य किया. ड्यूरिंग द रेन मीन्स टू रूल अ कंट्री, राज्यवट. ओके, राज्य करना. ड्यूरिंग द रेन ऑफ गोविंद थर्ड के राजवट में ऑफ द राष्ट्रकूट डायनेस्टी इन महाराष्ट्र, the Rashtrakud power spread from Kannauj up to Rameshwaram. Later, Krishna III conquered the region up to Allahabad. Three dynasties of Chilahars emerged. Emerge means appear. Emerge means appear or arise or come out. Okay, note down. Emerge means appear, arise or come out. Three dynasties of the Chilahars emerged in western Maharashtra. One dynasty ruled over Thane and Raigad in North Konkan, the second in South Konkan, while the third dynasty ruled over some parts of the present-day Kolhapur, Satara, Sangli, and Belgaum district. The last prosperous power before the period of Shivaji Maharaj was that of the Yadavas. Prosperous means what? Prosperous means rich and successful. The last prosperous power before the period of Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj के पूर्व लास्ट प्रॉस्परस यानी रिच एंड सक्सेसफुल एंड पावरफुल कौन सा था? कौन थे? यादव. ओके, द कैपिटल ऑफ बिलमपीप ऑफ द यादव डायनेस्टी वाज एट देवगिरी नियर औरंगाबाद. और उनकी कैपिटल, द कैपिटल ऑफ बिलमपीप ऑफ द यादव डायनेस्टी. ओके, ये यादव डायनेस्टी का राजा था, उसकी कैपिटल कहाँ थी? देवगिरी. वो कहाँ पे, देवगिरी कहाँ पे है, औरंगाबाद, ओके, नियर औरंगाबाद। ही एक्सटेंडेड, एक्सटेंडेड मीन्स एक्सपांडेड, expanded, longer, larger. He extended his rule beyond the river Krishna. उसने अपने राज्य का विस्तार कहाँ तक किया, कृष्णा नदी तक. The Yadav period is considered to be the golden period of Marathi language. Marathi language and literature. Okay, इसका golden period माना जाता है. Considered to be मैंने believe. Okay, माना जाता है. It was in this period that the Mahanava Pantha and the Warkari movement emerged. और यानी इसी पीरियड में महानुभाव पंथ और वारकरी मूवमेंट जो था यानी तभी उसका उदय हुआ, ठीक है. देन इन्वेजन फ्रॉम द नॉर्थ वेस्ट. इन्वेजन मीन्स एजिटेशन, ओके. द एक्शन ऑफ एंटरिंग अनदर कंट्री विथ एन आर्मी इन ऑर्डर टू टेक कंट्रोल ऑफ इट. यानी आक्रमण करना, घुस जाना, जबरदस्ती, that is invasion. हल्ला करना, invasion from the northwest. Local dynasties like the Yadava and Rashtrakuta ruled in Maharashtra. But invaders means attackers or aggressors from the northwest conquered the local dynasties there and established their own. और फिर क्या हुआ, परकीय शत्रु आए और उन्होंने क्या किया, आक्रमण किया और वहां पे अपनी सत्ता प्रस्थापित की. In the meanwhile, the Arab power had emerged in the Middle East. Arab rulers to turn towards India to expand their empire. और बाद में कौन आए, इंडिया में अरब, okay. The Arab general Muhammad bin Qasim attacked the Sindh province in the 8th century. अरब जनरल कौन था, मोहम्मद बिन कासिम. उसने क्या किया, he attacked in Sindh province. Sindh province यानी प्रदेश पे हमला किया in 8th century, 8वीं सदी में. Notwithstanding this, in spite of that the resistance of King Dahir, resistance means oppose, King Dahir ने oppose किया, he conquered the province of Sindh. लेकिन फिर भी उसका कोई फायदा ही नहीं हुआ, he won, okay. Due to this campaign, the Arabs came into political contact with India for the first time. और ये मुहिम की उन्होंने हासिल की, किसने, अरबों ने, इसलिए उनका कांटेक्ट किससे आया, इंडिया से आया, पॉलिटिकल कांटेक्ट, राजकीय, ओके. In the period that followed, Turks, Afghans and Mughals from Central Asia came to India and established their power here. और बाद में क्या हुआ, in that period followed, तुर्क भी आए, अरब के बाद में तुर्क, अफगान एंड मुगल, ओके, from Central Asia came to India. वो ये सभी कहाँ पर आए, इंडिया में, and established their power here. और उन्होंने हर एक ने अपनी सत्ता प्रस्थापित करने की कोशिश की. In the 11th century, the Turks began to invade India. फिर बाद में क्या हुआ, 11th सेंचुरी में तुर्क्स began to invade India. तुर्क लोगों ने इंडिया के ऊपर अटैक किया. They enter and attack. Expanding their territories, they reached the northwestern frontier of India. और उन्होंने अपना साम्राज्य विस्तार करने के लिए वो कहाँ तक पहुंच गए, नॉर्थवेस्टर्न फ्रंटियर ऑफ इंडिया तक. रीच यानी पहुंचना. सुल्तान मोहम्मद ऑफ गजनी इन्वेडेड इंडिया मेनी टाइम्स. मोहम्मद गजनी ने इंडिया को बहुत बार वेढ़ा डाला. He plundered means loot, robbery, okay. He plundered the rich temples, यानी बहुत सारे temples लूटे उसने, मथुरा, वृंदावन, कन्नौज and सोमनाथ, and carried away enormous wealth with him. और उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने अपने साथ बहुत सारी संपत्ति लूटपाट मचा के लेके गए. The world famous and rich library of Nalanda University was burned down by Bakhtiar Khilji. ये जो बख्तियार खिलजी था, उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने जो लाइब्रेरी थी, कौन सी, द वर्ल्ड फेमस एंड रिच लाइब्रेरी ऑफ नालंदा बिहार पटना, ठीक है. नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटी जो थी, वहां पे जो लाइब्रेरी थी, उन्होंने उसी को क्या किया, जला डाला. किसने, बख्तियार खिलजी, ओके. नाउ हियर वी स्टॉप and the remaining portion of this lesson I will explain you tomorrow, okay. And your homework is that read page number 5 once again, India before the times of Shivaji Maharaj, and today also I will send you the question, the answer of lesson number 1, question number 3A, and then question number 4, 5 and 6. You note down all the answers in your copy, okay. Bye bye.